so
I think we're ready.
let's do it.
Hopefully you guys are ready. Let's jump into game number 2 between Stay Green and the YeYes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little more used to this YeYes name. It just flows. It makes it's just so chill. It's just YeYe, Team YeYe. Anyways, here we are, game number 2. You made the point that this is, if any, maybe, especially with the new patch, try something new. But again, there is money on the line. These teams have had literally a day at this point, just over a day and a half, to kind of practice everything, which is pretty much impossible, anyways. But at least to get some ideas. So for now, maybe stick to what they know best. But then down the line, perhaps start seeing more and more changes. But now, with that said, yesterday especially, we did see already a lot of these changes with new heroes and whatnot coming to play. So. Anyways, kind of curious about that. But blind banning stage, yet again, first off, I got Keeper Ophelia this time coming out from the YeYes, but Tundra Flux. So Stay Green yet again, just going with this Tundra Flux ban here as far as the blind bans go. So we'd definitely like to have Swinamelons on, actually, kind of out of curiosity to see what the actual reasoning for that is. But not just yet. Anyways, Tempest is going to be the first lock here. So onward we go into this game now. Apparently we did get to see, or there was some Lodestone play yesterday, and I think it was the X-Trademark matchup.
Yeah, Trademark's been utilizing him a lot, honestly, and they've actually been having Zai play him in more of a suicide role. So
really?
Yep.
Interesting. Pearl's the other one that a lot of people are really intrigued by with the new heroes. So obviously, there's always Solstice. Yes, Solstice is now available in tournament rules. Now, to say the least, he did get quite a bit of nerfs, so he is not nearly as powerful on the level as when he first came out, especially into Heroes and Heroes.
I don't think he's that good right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have much that would make me want to pick up the hero. He just takes a while to do his damage. His ultimate's nice, but you do have to charge. I feel like I'd pick him another hero in almost every circumstance.
Yeah.
His jungling isn't the fastest. Maybe if you needed, I honestly wouldn't see myself picking him up at this point.
Yeah. So for now, though, again, we're in the banning stage. Perhaps we'll see her make it through. Perhaps not. Someone else has been pretty frequent on banning her and that Lodestone, speaking of those, so we'll see this time around. Demented Shaman, though, going to be the first ban there. Yet again, coming out from Tank of Fed. Of course, again, the other semifinals is currently going on. In fact, I tried to double check on that, but that is between Q Squad and X Trademark. It looks like, I don't know if this is game 2 or 1. Let me actually double check on that real quickly. See what the deal with that is, if I can. Let's take a look. It looks like they did play game 1, and it looks like XTDM did win the first game, running some Dampier even against Tundra. You see Accursed by Nova, trying to go the Accursed route, the new Flint Beastwood as well, just not enough, though, apparently. So that's how game 1 went. They are in game 2 right now, though, it looks like. And just a quick monitor on that, as you can see. Pretty back and forth, but does seem like X-Trademark, with Haxton, of course, now playing for them in place of Noob G. Looking pretty good in game 2, so we'll definitely see how that one shapes up there.
Yes, Sorelli's definitely on the board here still in this game, and always very powerful, and Stay Green's hands are leaving it up there. In terms of immobilizes, they do have that Deadwood. We talked about the Panda buff that happened recently as well. We actually saw Pandemonium had quite a good streak yesterday. QSQ, if I'm not mistaken, they took out Complexity using Pandemonium in Game 3 of their series, I believe. And then on top of that, there was another game where I saw Pandemonium go absolutely crazy. Was it Nox in, was it Game 1 and 3? I'm actually going to take a look really quick.
I also saw them scrimming with him today as well. So clearly Pandemonium is a hero that Q Squad is definitely liking a lot here after this patch, at least initially. So.
Well, it's one team that's been picking him up more, and we'll see if other teams choose to embrace it. I see the Hellbringer pick being shadowed by Probusk, and he is the guy that played him in the scrim. I like the concept of this line of like Bubbles, Hellbringer, Behemoth, like huge team fight presence.
Old school, get Soul Stealer in there, and you're pretty much in Vindicator or something like that.
We're back 3 years ago or something, right?
Wouldn't that be fun? So we'll see.
No, I actually think Behemoth is a phenomenal hero against a team like Stay Green, who does like to group up and take those towers early. Behemoth provides excellent counter push. You get that earlier portal key, and you just stop them dead in their tracks.
X-Trademark showed that at the GSL.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was the game that I saw Stay Green challenge the most, and I actually thought Trademark should have won that game if it wasn't for this. Honestly, it was outplay on Stay Green's end. So, yeah, Behemoth I think would be phenomenal.
You know who's left open? Pearl is left open. We'll see. We'll see if we get to see Pearl finally. So far here, Master of Arms is going to be the first pick, though, coming out here from the YeYes. Back over to Stay Green now, and they're the ones that have been banning Pearl. So, as well as a Lodestone, which they do final ban there. As far as the overall banning phase, I mean, Demented Shaman, Fade, Artillery, Moon Queen, Soul Reaper, and Lodestone There's Torture and Pyromancer is the response for Stay Green. So again, more so a case of comfort zone.
Yeah, it doesn't lead us to believe there's going to be a Pearl. It's going to be more of a Torture carry and a Pyromancer support in this game. They love running that Torture carry on point. Pyromancer more in the hands of Z-Freak here. Behemoth is still being highlighted by Krupson. I gotta say, I still do think that would be phenomenal.
Yep. Well, this is definitely a chance right here, so we'll see if Tankafed agrees. He's obviously ultimately the one that picks it in the end. What do you think of Gemini, by the way? Gemini, a hero that definitely got some...
He received the changes. I haven't been able to play him out enough. I mean, he does have... honestly, he does have decent early in presence. He does have 2 nukes between that Twin Fangs and the Twin Breath. I think he was underrated before. I haven't been able to see just how much momentum the new Elemental Force ability that he has in place of the what was it even called before?
The Twin Fangs?
No, Twin Fangs is
it's
it was the double strike essentially.
Yeah.
Whatever it was the double strike.
That ability.
Screw that though, Breaky. Hellbringer was just picked up. This is what you wanted to see.
Yes.
This is what you wanted to see.
Yes.
And ProBusk playing it is going to be played more on a role that I believe he is. Well, I'm taking a look. Yeah, I mean we wouldn't.
He's not going to be a support. There's no
He's
way
not
you play
going to be
Hellbringer
support at all. So yeah, no, he is going to be played on more of a point role here. So
kind of like a Soul Reaper style.
Exactly. So getting closer, you're probably going to get to see those the triple Malphus coming out if that's what you've been waiting for.
First item Resto Stone. That's all I'm asking for, ProBusk. I want to see 6 Malphite ASAP.
I'm actually just going to take a second here and load up the game where he did play Hellbringer just recently and see what item build he went.
Yeah, you said
he was building from a Resto Stone. He went Steam Boots. He went Sacrificial Stone Investments. Is some basic.
It's only a 15-minute game. Wow. Okay. So
too long.
Yeah.
No. Resto Stone needs to come out sooner than that. But yeah, he did build for a Resto Stone in the end. Cool.
Yeah, that was.
That's all I can say.
We'll see.
They do have a lot of AoE though, and part of the thing is the Malphus are at level 1 now. They don't actually have the increased health, so 6 of them, 2 mass AoE, 2 mass AoE could fall a lot quicker as well.
True. On top of that, though, stuff like a Nullfire Blade, obviously not as effective. There we go, the Scalp Pick coming out for Stay Green. So definitely a little bit of twisting, a little bit of curveballs going on here. I'd like to see that. Of course, Scout obviously has been played by KZ every now and then in that suicide roll. They shouldn't?
Well, I'm thinking if they go Tempest here, Parasite's going to have pretty much free roam of the jungle. If they actually effectively sort of disarm the Tempest, using the Scout to harass him, using him to place those electric eyes, Parasite can go wherever he wants. If they want to jungle, this to be a little bit harder to counter. I think the Parasite might be a better option, but... YeYe.
Yeah, this is it's a tough. I mean, you look at the whole lock pool. It's
and they still
plenty of options.
And they get the Deadwood or the Pebbles, whatever their pick is. I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, it probably is going to be.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to feel the Pebbles out again here. No,
nope.
Going for the rally. Okay.
But of course they did go the Parasite in the end. Now back over to YeYe. It's probably the Deadwood or the Parasite or the Pebbles. Excuse me. It is going to be Deadwood in the end. All right, so, and again, but you do look at the AoE synergy, Hellbringer, Tempest, and Bubbles specifically. Plenty of it right there. If you get even just a couple of those ultimates combined together, it could be pretty devastating for Stay Green, so that's the exciting news. It is going to be a support Master of Arms, something to note right off the bat. Tempest obviously going to be in the jungle. So the lanes...
I don't know, man. Looking at these lineups, you look at the teamfight presence of the Legion side.
Okay.
I'm actually a little bit more worried. For Stay Green than I normally am here. I mean, I thought Pebbles would be a great pickup to go around bursting people. I understand that Rally is incredibly effective against dual lanes, I suppose, and no matter what kind of harass he takes, he'll perform. But I'm just looking at how they're going to be setting up these team fights, and it's not like they have this major initiation presence.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're fighting absolutely godly initiation coming out here from the Legion side, from the team YeYe's, and. Hellbringer Tempest setting it up, Bubbles to interrupt, initiate with the silence. You got Master of Arms Deadwood, and normally when I see Rally being played here on the Hellborn team as their burst hero, as their their Deadwood or their Pebbles kind of role, I usually see them have the Master of Arms to make his life a little bit easier, or the Aluna actually to add to additional burst damage. They don't have either one here for that more global presence.
True.
And actually, a fight's going to be busting out here. They do have a very powerful level 1 lineup, and this could give them the edge that they need to take this game. Not going to go for it, though. The Rally had a stun opportunity, but he did not know what he was going up against and chose not to go for it.
It's obviously, again, as a spectator, we have all this vision for him.
For sure.
He knew really nothing except the one hero. So
yeah, it wasn't a bad thing that he didn't go stun, but he did have an opportunity. It was just feeling it out there. I'm all in favor of playing it safe and making decisions based on what you know, not based on what could be.
So, Master of Arms just going to kind of hide in the jungle here as Scout's coming over. Obviously, with the Scout, in fact, there you go. The Electric guy already put down. You also see the other water side. There's a water side here blocking this camp. There's another water side blocking the pole camp. So 3 camps going to be blocked. You see a Revelation actually placed down by Z-Freak right here as well on the ramp. I'm kind of curious about that. I guess they just simply thought that there was a water side here from the Legion team perhaps placed.
Oh, and there is going to be one.
Oh, and there is going to be one. There you go. So it's almost as if they knew that was going to happen.
They did their research, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's very smart, obviously, and that's going to be countered ASAP, I'm sure. And there's another Electric guy to block this camp.
Oh, look at the counter ward,
oh,
though.
my gosh. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Huh. Well, there's literally only one camp here on the Legion jungle that spawns.
A phenomenal job by Panny there, actually having the read and
yeah,
disabling that before their ward is. Yeah,
so that's huge. Oh, and it's
actually,
in range
do
of this
they know
other.
that ward of sight
It's
is
in
there
range of it, so.
Well, yeah, but do they actually have vision of it behind that tree?
I don't think they do.
Z-Freak's ward, so I'm not actually sure if he even knows that the ward is placed there.
Huh. All right, so fun stuff to start things off. Obviously, Tempest is in the other jungle for very good reason. He would not be able to do really much in his own, so.
I really, really like how they have this Hellbringer laning up here against the Scout, although Scout actually out-harassing, quote-unquote, the Hellbringer at this point due to the creep wave doing the work for him. Still, Hellbringer is a phenomenal, phenomenal side laner, and in this 1v1 matchup, just able to apply so much harass to a melee hero. I'm surprised he hasn't used his Death Boil yet. I actually have no idea why not.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to push the lane.
No, it's a single target spell.
Single target, so never mind.
There was, I don't know.
Well, he just used it right there. So.
I know.
But, you know, well, speaking of Hellbringer, obviously there's a lot of talk just around his Malphus in general. Him getting restless and whatnot. Oh, Torture at the top lane in the meantime. Torture going to be bursted down and down. He goes Bloodlust kill in favor of Tankafed, actually. But for the team, yeah. Big start for them. The short lane Torture. Slicks getting caught out. I don't know. Did they not think Tempest was in their jungle? Is that maybe possible? But
well, I mean, they have Parasite sort of guarding it, so they probably felt pretty safe. Just great angle being found by Tankafed, though, to make that happen. And Parasite here, that camp did respawn in time, so he's going to get a Minotaur. We'll see how much use he's able to make of it.
Nice. He's going to find Tempest
he's falling out of position. He ran the wrong way, and the Pyromancer coming up. He is done for, Breaky.
Yeah, the hasted Pyromancer easily going to help set up the kill right here. The Phoenix Wave, the final auto attack, and down he goes. So at least Stay Green does get a little bit of a response there coming up from Z-Freak. Bubbles now going to find himself.
Are you serious? Great blocking coming out from the Parasite.
Yeah, going to block. Doesn't use a Minotaur stomp, but there's a chain reaction stun. The Dragon Fire stomp. Belly's in a lot of trouble. Going for the turnaround. They're getting a turn kill because of the elementals, actually. So at least he kind of makes the best of the situation, I guess. But still, the kill did happen for Z-Freak just before, meaning Fibelli got no experience for that. So, and that's wow. We already have a 2-2 Hero Go game, Emperor. This is a fun start here in this one.
Yeah, so a bit of a shame that no one got experience for it, but still very, very well played. Moving forward, I'm a little bit surprised Bubbles didn't back out sooner when his teammate was being sort of slain. They saw that hasted Pyromancer. Got to give credit to Chessie, though. That was excellent hero blocking, and he set up the kill very, very nicely.
Rally in the meantime in the middle lane. Oh, he's immobilized right here from the Rotten Grasp. Not going to be enough for the kill, though, I don't think. Yeah, he is going to be fine. In fact, he doesn't even compel. He's like, yeah, I know the math. I played this hero plenty. I'm going to be fine.
Runic Refreshment is in the bottom lane. Not...
No one going for it just yet.
Well, he doesn't have vision down there because of Panny counterwarding it, so I'm not sure if he knows if someone took it or not. He actually is roaming for it, though, and they can't really beat him to it. No, they're not going to be able to get him with the Deadwood Grasp, so that's actually... They need to grab it sooner, honestly. It was pretty silly that they didn't, because now Rally, he doesn't even care that they laid out all that harass onto him. He's back to full life, has a couple bottle charges again.
Well, there's the Runic Refreshment coming into play right there.
It is, but it wasn't like it was unfair. Like,
oh, true.
You know, they had plenty of time to go grab it. They had full vision of it. This side didn't. And
he picked it up at 3:30.
Yeah, and honestly, I have no idea why they didn't grab it sooner.
Yeah. And again, that's just that could also just come down to as you play this patch more and more, you're just going to be able to adapt to that more and more. Again, it's still very early on, so. But I want to go back to Hellbringer, though, real quickly. Again, a lot of talk about his Malphus for obvious reasons. It's just fun and it's a great concept. But he did also receive buffs in both the Unholy Shackles in terms of the cooldown being less by 3 seconds, I believe, and then the Life Void as well. Also got some buffs. So.
Well, and the cooldown of his ultimate as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, true.
It's, actually, did it? It's 120 seconds at level 3 now. It goes down, right? Yeah, it goes down to 120 seconds.
Yeah,
it used to be 160 all levels, I believe.
I think so.
I'm going to double check, but I'm 95% sure right now.
I think that got changed, yeah. Rally using the compel just before the combination coming out right there. Very well. That was huge because Tempest was also there. Beautiful reaction from Swinamounts coming out. So.
Okay, doubled the amount it gets reduced each level. It used to be 160, 150, 140. Now it's 160, 140, 120. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Something
Deadwood,
else.
he just walked right up that hill.
Yeah.
Up towards the rally and the pyro. I thought they might have just done a little bit of comboing on him there for harass, but he does have that bottle. Just not going to really worry about it. Had a mana potion being delivered, so he'd be able to activate the double damage rune for the proper timing when they actually see the gank angle here.
Scout could open on Hellbringer. And actually, Hellbringer might be in a little bit of trouble here. Scout chasing has vanish up in 5 seconds. Gonna be fine, though.
Yeah. It's 30 mana cost, though, and it drains pretty quickly. He wouldn't be able to make effective use of that. So seeing how he's more of in a 1v1 matchup this game, he did opt to level up his vanish instead of something like before where we saw the electric eye being leveled up a little bit more.
Ooh, top lane, nice turnaround on Tempest. Torture is going to be turned on. Beautiful play coming out from Tempest and Bubbles. But now Tempest, he's finding himself susceptible. He is going to end up falling. Fibelli is level 6, by the way. Doesn't have a... Okay, he levels it up right there. He's going to use it. No, he's not going to use it right there. Power Man's at level 4. Also going to be fine. I don't know. It seems like with his mana pool, he had enough for a combo?
Yeah. No, his Shell Surf wasn't up, though, at the time. So
yeah,
really...
Right. I guess
and
not.
no, he doesn't have... It's 250, and he doesn't have a mana battery yet. So, yeah, he made the right play in saving it. Still a 1-for-1 trade, and they're absolutely locking down the effect. I mean, Parasite is getting his kills, but they're also getting kills with this Tempest.
Yeah.
So, and not really completely shut down here by the Scout. He's actually sitting at 300 gold per minute.
Well, I mean, you look at the goal per minute chart, it's, as a team, looking very strong for the Legion side. Looking good for both teams, really, but it is looking a little bit better overall for the Legion side. Obviously, still very early on, only 6.5 minutes, so...
Yeah, Case is honestly doing phenomenal here in this bottom lane, though.
Oh, yeah. Especially against a Hellbringer, who's in a 1v1 matchup. I mean, he is a very powerful
He's
hero.
actually holding up in CS entirely. I mean,
yeah.
It's 28 CS on the Hellbringer, 25 on the Scout. He doesn't care.
The life tube is obviously, that's where he starts really.
I feel like they could have just gotten a Rev Ward for the lane, and then the Hellbringer would have absolutely just smashed him.
Yeah, at the same time that you could use an Electric Guy to counter war. I guess.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is.
He does already have 2 down, though, and he can only put 2 right now, so maybe
No, they can be taking it away from the woods at that point, and Hellbringer would be getting in a lot of harass as he walks in to try to hit it.
Yeah, true. Something else about Hellbringer, too, though, is he's level 6 now, so he has his Malphus, but the Unholy Shackles, I've always thought, even when he was played all the time, was a very underrated ability. I mean, we just look at it. 50% movement speed reduction and 50 attack speed reduction for 5 seconds on a target of your choice. You figure in this game, obviously somebody like that Scout as the game progresses on. It'll be very, very useful against him. So, looking forward to seeing that come into play once the game progresses.
Yeah, pre-shrunken head, it's going to be a lot of work done to him. Scout's almost inburstable downrange there. I mean, Hellbringer's level 7. Honestly, if he used the Death Boil and the Malphus and got the Flame Breath off there, I think he would have killed Scout.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I mean, Scout was at 460 health at that point. He just leveled up and had the Life Tube ticking for a while, but I think it's just a matter of Hellbringer hasn't been played a lot lately, so people aren't sure where to exactly rate.
Here comes Tempest, though. Here comes Tempest. Here's the Malphus coming out, ready for the skies. In comes Tempest. The dust is applied. The Flame Breath on the range, but the Elemental Void going to be used, and down goes Scout. So it's a little sloppy.
It was a lot that had to be used for what I think the Hellbringer could have done by himself initially, but still, now that they found the angle, it's good that they press it. They're going to guaranteed push here. Tons of pushing power. Look at that. Hellbringer and Elemental minions there. This is going to be absolutely unstoppable for the push there. And top tower isn't being pressured out yet, so it's pretty much going to be completely positive. Meanwhile, Fibelli actually picking off Z-Freak.
Yeah, they got the kill at the top lane. Caught that Falcon Punch from Deadwood, and actually Fibelli on Bubbles helped him to clean it up. So good momentum coming out here for our Legion team right now. Yeah, they're down 1-0.
They're still going on bottom breaky. They're still going.
It's going to be, Malphus is now dead, but still they got the 6 elementals up. They're going to be despawning here very shortly.
Scouts coming in, Rally and Pyro coming in from behind as well.
Oh,
they're really overstaying their welcome here.
There's the invulnerability.
Oh god, they're going to have to stay so long. They're
yeah,
getting wiped
Tempest
out.
wants this. He's sacrificing. He's like, I want the tower kill, damn it. No, he won't even get it and take a Fed.
He's making them work for it, though.
No.
He's making them work for it.
No.
He's got it!
He got it! Oh, he got it!
And Hellbringer got out.
And look, all 5 are here for Stay Green. The top tower is going to fall.
That could not have gone better. And I said it
man.
before, I think the team fight is so much in favor of Legion's side. I mean, that was... Oh
wow.
my... Stay Green has one hell of a mountain to climb here if they want to take this game.
5,000 gold lead. Talk about a big point in this game right now. That was absolutely huge. by our Legion team right there. So 5,000 gold lead, 9.5 minutes in. A very, very strong start all across the board. Things looking beautiful. 400 gold per minute Tempest. You have him with the Ring of Sorcery, his boots, his bottle, everything pretty much necessary that's early for build-up. I'm very interested to see where Hellbringer goes, because it seems like, especially with the Lex Taliona, seems like it could be a solid item on him. I mean, we never really seen him in a while. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes. It looks like he might be leaning towards a Shaman's Hedge's Barrier Idol eventually, but we'll see. Pyromancer in the meantime getting picked off right here. The kill field to use. Rally is here. A nice compel. The Runic Refreshment spawning. Not the biggest deal in the world. Death Boil is applied. Parasite nearby with the Skeleton King. Master of Arms joining the party as well. Rotten Grass going to miss Torture right there. That was very close, but Deadboy does have a Falcon Punch if he can find the opportunity. Rally, though, using the regen he had bottled, and he is going to be fine for now. So falling back, there's a triple stack right here, as it looks like they are going to attempt to do that. So things coming down a little bit, but Scout in the meantime back to this bottom lane. Again, he's definitely had a solid start, especially for the circumstances. But overall, I mean, it's a huge lead, honestly, for our Legion team. And in fact, Parasite might find himself in an odd spot once again. He does get the Minotaur taken over, going to throw the Stomp out. Will it be enough to actually run away? Rotten Grass, he went for the guess. Unfortunately for him, though, Parasite went the other way, so Krebson not able to land. Middle end in the meantime, Tempest actually going to drop right here. Pyromancer and Rally comboing for the kill. So Stay Green finally getting a little bit of something there.
Yeah, a little bit of something here, but that 4K gold lead early on. They should be taking risks here. Hellbringer was caught out. Torture not in range quite yet. Actually, he's forced to use the Malphus, though. Oh, no.
Well, he's going to fold them off, and he's going to now be able to farm with it at least a little bit.
Yeah, but they're at the point of the game now where they could have just taken team fights wherever they wanted and made sure they got, like, probably even 2 towers out of it due to the pushing power of the Elemental Minions versus and the Malphus. It's just the fact that they had to use it for that gives Stay Green time to regain a little bit of strength and, you know, fight them more head-on. This should be a guaranteed tower kill. Still not really happy about how that played out.
But it's a matter of will it be denied or not is the question. I mean, it's also a case of Hellbringer very likely would have died right there if he didn't draw Malphus, so you've also got to take that
Oh, I know. It was just more the position that he got caught out in the first place right after the Tempest, and he knew exactly who was there.
True.
It's just a matter of playing it safe.
Here we go with the push, though. I mean, the Malphus has, what, 10 seconds still remaining on it. He still has another Flame Breath, I believe. No, he's actually not
Malphus
made for
is the one tanking the tower, though.
Oh, he's not. Actually, Bubbles is off to the side. Devin in the background trying to land a Rotten Grass. Not going to do so. Compel going to miss, though, from Swinamels. The tower will fall.
Ooh, huge take cover by Fabelli, dodging the Catman's...
oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what it's called there, but it's the Stomp.
All right, so they do end up getting the tower kill in the end, and now 5,000 gold lead again. Coming up for Legion team. Hellbringer also stopping the bottom push right there. Scout was going in for the tower kill, but Hellbringer ports in and prevents it, and he's now also going to deny the tower. So
yeah, he had a kill on a Pyro there, but I don't think he knew exactly who was in range, and he tweaked out a little bit, chose to back up instead of doing the punch. Rally was nearby, but would not have gotten the compel off in time if he chose to use Rotten Grass.
So tower denied. Scout though coming in. Here comes Parasite as well. Hellbringer does not have a Malphus. Of course, he does have Life Void though with the Defensive Master's Call actually coming in. He does have a Death Boil on top of it. There's the Life Void Death Boil. It's going to help keep himself a little bit longer. He doesn't really have the support nearby though, and down he falls. So yeah, he did his best to survive that whole time, but Parasite and Scout a little bit too much in the end. Deadwood was running over with Tempest, but just couldn't get there. So good job by Stay Green, roaming around and setting up a kill right there onto Hellbringer. Found himself out by himself. Obviously, he doesn't really have an escape other than Malphus, but
Breaky, look at, I mean, that's actually kind of, I mean, it doesn't even seem like it's been that long. I mean, this is still the old cooldown of Hellbringer, but it's only 30 seconds before it's up again. I feel like that fight just happened in the mid lane.
Yeah.
So Malphus will be back up here. Probusk having a bit of a hard time, though, ever since he left that bottom lane. Only level 9 at the moment.
And on top of that, look at Scout.
Yeah, Scout's
he's level 10.
Well. Yeah.
He's actually coming along very nicely. Master of Arms, Master of Arms finding himself in an odd spot. Hellbringer is nearby, but Parasite trying to get a free kill right here. Rally also pursuing. Master of Arms filling something up, though. He's just running all the way back to base. And thank God for Pandy right there, because he was definitely in a very vulnerable spot to getting killed. So gets back in time. And as you mentioned, though, Malphus is now back up here for Hellbringer. So we'll see if they can find... I mean, it sounded like before, you want them to now say, okay, Malphus is up, we need to group and push here.
I want that. I absolutely want them to take the team fights where they can, because Stay Green does not have the potential to beat them if they just have proper vision after they have Rev Wards. They have a Rev Ward on Master of Arms. Yeah, they're looking fine. Bubble's playing a little bit far up there. Still no Wild Hunters for Parasite, so not going to really get a surprise jump on him or anything. Been really impressed with how Fabelli's been playing this game in general. Very, very good take covers.
Belly is going to lead the way with this team of 4 to the 5 right here. The only one not here is actually Deadwood, is at the bottom lane currently.
The reason their team fight is so strong is they can't really just like jump the Tempest and kill him right away because they have Hellbringer and they have Master of Arms to cover him.
Oh, down goes Torturer. Well played, Deadwood, right there. Offensive Master Call comes out actually and helps to get him the kill. That's obviously very, very important right there. Getting Torture killed. Sure, they're not going to be able to push the middle tower at least just yet. They're going to reset some things, though, and actually look to push it now. Deadwood obviously still farming the bottom lane, but Malphus, again, is up. Tempest Ultimate is up as well. They have a lot of team fight presence right now. It is a 4 versus 4 here in the middle lane. Make that a 4 versus 3, as Scout is not even here, actually. He does have a TP, but they're not going to really push it in the end, so they're going to start falling back here.
Well, they still have the threat of the double ultimate at least. Did not want to keep applying the pressure. Just want to maximize their farm here. I think they could have taken the tower. I don't know why they're playing it so safe. I mean, they had Bubbles ulti, they had Elemental Void, they had Tempest. No Deadwood punch, and I guess Torture is reviving. But I think even without it, they would have been fine.
Yeah, Scout did have a TP, but he wasn't even there. It definitely seems like the Legion team could have pushed it, but it kind of goes back to the last game too. It's we showed the replay of that whole Moon Queen incident where there is no doubt there is a little bit of that intimidation factor. You're
Look,
up
he's trying
against
to find the electric eye.
What's that?
It's on.
What
He's
are
got
doing?
it. He's got it.
Down here. Okay.
Yeah.
Going out
And
the trees.
Deadwood, I think the major thing is they know that the portal key on Deadwood is now up, and the fact is they can just, with the Deadwood, he's getting closer to level 11, his ultimate was down. They'd rather just play it safe, I guess, and make it happen. But during these periods of downtime, Stay Green is farming the map more effectively, and we see that gap close and close.
Yeah. But what I was going to is the intimidation factor. I mean, Stay Green, again, they're on this win streak, 34 games or whatever it is. They are the best team as of these last 3 or 4 months even. That could come into play, when you're matched up against them, if you happen to have a lead where you're like, okay, now that we have the lead, we don't want to take these risks now because we really want to make sure that we keep this lead. And that could ultimately lead to mistakes, though, or not taking advantage of certain instances because you have that in your mind of, oh, this is a great team, we happen to be in the lead right now, we don't want to overextend. But, I mean, it's obviously a very fine line with what you do there. So,
One thing I wanted to mention is we talk about Suicide Scout usually not opting to go for that Rune Axe, going for the more effective team fight items instead. The thing is, this game he wasn't exactly Suicide. He was in a 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
And that goes to show as to why he was able to go for that additional item. Meanwhile, Deadwood is here. There are no Rev Wards placed, nor any on hand, so he does have the full read on him. He's trying to play it safe because there is an Electric Eye that could potentially scout him out, trying to get his team in position here. The massive team fight could happen. They are backing off, though.
Yeah, Raleigh's still kind of in here somewhat.
Yeah.
There is a ward aside off to the river that spots the support coming in, so if anything, that's what's really throwing them off here. And they are going to fall back. So now Deadwood finding himself circling around the middle, but here we go. They are going to now group up once again and push. Again, everything goes up as far as cooldowns. Oh, Deadwood finding Torture in the background. Is he going to open right here? Maybe an offensive master's call again. It worked before.
Just use it, man.
Nope. Not going to go for it. I mean, even if Scout up here at the top lane, it's, I don't know. Like they have chances.
Rally, so he don't have to worry about the push coming out
True.
right there. So it's easy for us to say he did not have vision, though. So pretty stupid thing to throw the game over when you do have all your ultimates up. Scout with that Rune Axe is. We talked about how during the periods of downtime it seems like Stay Green is farming the map a little bit more effectively. That Rune Axe and Scout is going to make that even more of a threat.
Yeah. In fact, getting very, very close now. To finishing that, of course, he has a 2,400 gold for the 2 broadswords. And then he will be good to go. Deadwood coming up into the top lane. Look at the Scout. Casey knows that they're definitely looking for him. In fact, Deadwood just ran right past Ward aside. He's also in the lane right now. And Scott says, sayonara, I'm going to go elsewhere because I do not want to get killed. So he gets the 1 broadsword currently, but obviously still needs the gold for the next one. Hellbringer is getting close to level 11. He also gets the Shaman's Headdress, so he is going that kind of Soul Reaper style where he's bulking up in terms of tankiness. Going to go for a Barretto. Oh, Parasite sitting right on top of Hellbringer right here. I don't know if he has enough damage by himself. He does have a Codex, actually, so... He's level 10, though. Now that he's 11. Oh, here comes Scout. Yeah, Hellbringer's in a lot of trouble here. Hellbringer is in a lot of trouble. Bubbles is nearby somewhat. Oh, here we go with the opening. The silence comes out. Hellbringer being completely locked down and down. He falls. Could not get anything off. Just way too much burst damage. Saw that coming for a while. Probus just didn't know what was happening, so... Good catch from Stay Green. So the experience... Man, as good as a goal lead is for the Legion team, look at the experience lead for Stay Green. It's 3,000, and it's definitely showing. A level 12 Scout, a level 11 Parasite, and then you got your 10s on Rally and Torture. So
Yeah,
for
it's
them in that sense.
at this point, Runic Cleaver's up. The thing is, almost all the outer towers are down. The only other place they can go is pretty much the base. And due to the fact that they've been getting picked off and they've been taking a lot of pressure, they don't have a barrier alley up on Hellbringer. I think they would have really liked that before they pushed into the base, and waiting up to farm that is going to give Sagreen an even bigger edge going into the next encounter. It's something I worry about a little bit because I do think they were at such a good pacing in this game where, had they finished that barrier idol a lot sooner, had they gotten that Astrolabe up and just went straight for the base with their team, I think they would have absolutely smashed.
Rally using his compel to farm right there. Deadwood thought he had a chance. He just missed the Rotten Grasp, though, onto Rally. If that was to land, I mean, Rally could very likely even be dead right now, but wasn't to be, so Swinamelon stays alive, and in the end, Legion team falling back. But yeah, you're right, I mean, a lot of the momentum has most certainly been lost here by the Legion team in YeYe. Again, they're down 1-0, obviously, against State Green here in game number 2. The winner of this going to the grand finals. Winner of the series that is going to the grand finals, which will take place after this match.
They're just not forcing anything. Like, Scout's sitting here now that his Runic Cleaver is able to split fish so effectively, and they're just not forcing anything. They're waiting, they're waiting, they're waiting, they're waiting.
Yeah, they do not have a carry any bit comparable to the Scout. I mean, the Master Vaughn's obviously playing the pure support here. It does make you scratch your head sometimes.
They had no items for a while. They were all pretty squishy on the Hellborn team outside of the rally. They don't have the team fight items. They have an idol or an Astrolabe. It's
frustrating. It's
just they have a lineup that would have thrived at that point. They have one of those items that can just totally cheese you and take the game, honestly, in an early phase like that. Meanwhile, they're waiting to get picked off again here. And
Deadwood's going to get picked off, it looks like. Oh, barely staying alive, but...
Oh, the turnaround may be going to happen here. Scout. The Kelpfield's place, but no, he's playing it very effectively. And
oh, do they have vision, actually? They do have dust. They use it on him, but it's just a little too fast. Still have Parasite nearby as well. They're getting stale as far as their activity, and it is showing right now in this game. As Tempest, he is finding himself in an odd spot. Rally and Pyromancer coming in. He's going to fall back just before, though. Deadwood, by the way, he did just pick up his Lex Talionis, the new item, just before that death. So he is going that route, so it's the first time we get to see that item. Or it's not the first time, I guess, but we do get to see that item here in this game, picked up by Deadwood. Interested to see how that works for him.
Yeah, I just... they have to make something happen at this point, or they are going to lose. They're not going to win a team fight after falling behind this far. They're just absolutely not. And Scout, you gotta remember that Electric Eye is a very useful counter to Tempest. They just need to go up and push. Honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable winning this game if they keep letting it linger out at all.
They do got a Portal Can Tempest now. Maybe that was it. Tempest, Deadwood, Hellbringer, Bubbles, all level 11. That means they all have level 2 of their ultimates. It does seem like this is a time, if any, to really make maximum use of where you're at right now. So we'll see. We'll see if that perhaps happens. I mean, they are somewhat grouping up here in the middle lane. And we'll see where they go from here. You mentioned... They have buybacks now on Rally and Scout, so if they take this team fight, I mean, they're still going to be able to come right back up, and they have to deal with the second tier of heroes. See, they are going to go around Fibeli, actually using the Bound Eye right there. Of course, that new change coming to play. Oh, Chessie finding himself. Okay, no follow-up.
There's the Barrier Idol. If that's what they're waiting on, they have it now. They're all sort of grouped up towards the mid. Meanwhile, Scout is farming away with that Runic Cleaver.
Scout Rally up here, but Scout obviously at the bottom lane. He's has another 2,100 gold saved up.
They're just comfortable as before, like running around the woods like they're waiting around for a pickoff. But the thing is, guys, you need to go break base. Like taking one extra outer tower while Scout is clearing wave after wave at phenomenal speed is not going to mean anything for you. Like,
well, Hellbringer is joining them here. So like you said, maybe it's a barrier. Here we go. They are going to start pushing the base here. So finally, taking your word, it sounds like this is the last outer tower. The Elemental's just doing plenty of damage. And they're going to push it in. So, keeping this push going now into the base, very, very possible here. We'll see if that's actually what they choose to do. You got Deadwood going around the flank position, so he's trying to set himself up in a spot of getting a good jump right here. Scout still pushing that bottom lane. Torture also not there currently. Here we go. Rally in the front lines, pushing up. Rally gets caught out. He's going to come out backwards. Here comes the Malphite. 2 Malphites falling down for the skies. And Kelpha down goes Rally right there. Pyromancer is falling away. Shellsurf does connect. Barely staying alive. Dead was chasing. Bubbles portal keys. It really wants the kill. Not going to happen though. Rally did buy back though, as you mentioned. Torture is here. Malphite in the front line, still doing plenty of damage. Nice take cover from Fabelli right there in the meantime. And he is going to start falling back with the rest of the team. So they got the kill to Rally. They got a little bit of damage on the tower about half-life.
They got that Master of Arms done. I'm not sure why the Bubbles didn't lay down his silence at that point, because he was able to compel away. The Immobilize, had they gotten the silence off, the Immobilize would have kept him rooted in place long enough that they didn't actually need to use, a Deadwood Punch and ultimately a Hellbringer ulti for that kill.
Yeah.
They had to use way too much for one pickoff, and once again, during this downtime, they're going to be able to do a lot more. At least the cooldown for Malphus, it is only 90 seconds at this point. They need to go right back and keep knocking on their door. And that's exactly what they could have done to stop, the Scout. There was a point in the game where they could have done this earlier anyway. They could have done it, and the Scout would not have been able to go Farm Freely with...
Chessie again getting caught out. This time he's going to be bursting down, it looks like. Oh, he gets pushed away by Master. That could save him in the end. In fact, it gives him some time to turn around on the Hellbringer, and Hellbringer falls panty. Oh, he used the wrong ability, pushing him away, and that no doubt bought him time to at least turn for a kill on a Hellbringer right there.
The Bubbles.
On a Bubbles, excuse me, yeah. So Bubbles does die. Obviously, Parasite does fall in the end, but ends up being a 1-for-1 right there between the two teams. So
I think he actually had the Hellbringer dot on him too. He may have fallen anyway if he chose to back off, but it's hard to calculate whether or not, since it's going to drop down. Boundai is up on Z-Freak. He's moving towards the bottom river. Let's see what he does with it. No, he's scouting, but there's nothing to find.
And again, you just look at the experience chart.
Ran out right before the Boundai.
That sucks.
Scouted it.
510 experience per minute right now for Scout. He's just up there, level 15, on top of now the top farm in the game.
Because he's been split solo pushing while they've been standing around, like roaming around his floor, or like getting solo picked off.
Yeah.
And it's been doing absolutely nothing for them. They're going straight back to top lane. They know this is their angle. Hellbringer's ulti is already almost up.
Yeah.
More so after seeing this game, if he is given those 1v matches, I think that the hero absolutely, I think he's still very, very powerful in a case like this. In a game like this, he was... I honestly feel like Stay Green was outdrafted this game pretty heavily. I honestly do feel that. For them now to have taken the lead just goes back to their experience, goes back to the very sound play, the very sound safe play that they're able to execute. The huge pickoffs between Scout and his teammates of Parasite and Rally. It's just...
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Scout continuing the push, though. He's now level 16, getting even more farm, 418 gold per minute.
And look what he's got.
He's got his Shrunken Head just about finished. Oh, never mind, he has it finished. So there you go, delivered to him right there, and he's going to start even pushing to the base a little bit. He does have a TP, obviously, to come back and help defend when necessary. So, but this is pretty much it now. If the Legion team, if they don't break through right here, you got to figure it might be a little bit too much in the end. But we'll see. They're going to try to capitalize here in the meantime. Got Hellbringer kind of in the front lines. Bubble's going to shell surf with the creep wave. And vulnerability was used right there at least, so they did get that taken care of. This next creep wave barrier rattle going to be down for 40 more seconds, unfortunately, so I won't be able to use it. This creep wave here.
Alex Talionis level 2 picked up by Pyromancer Z-Freak, and he's actually the first support player I saw picking it up.
Yeah, true.
Of all the games.
Yeah, Deadwood getting it this game. No, he did get it on Luna yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yep. The tower, though, it's dwindling. Not going to be dead just yet, though. Maybe the next creep wave. They will have a barrier rattle up, I guess not at this one, but the next one, so... Just going to play the game of, well, let's just sit here and dwindle away at your base. And obviously, you don't really have any more options.
If they kill Scout, he can't buy back.
True. Yeah, he just finished that.
You have a Deadwood Punch, and they use level 2 Punch, and Scout is still relatively squishy. 15 armor, though, but still, due to the AoE combo, it is very possible.
A lot of creep clear potential.
Idol is now up for this next wave, and that's what they need.
Yep.
Astral Wave up in 10 seconds. This is their opportunity to make something happen in this game. It all comes down to this moment.
This is it. Malphus are ready to go. Expect those to rain down. Of course, two of them at this point.
Pop the idol yet. And no. Yep.
It's the most efficient time right there. And
Hellbringer,
here we go.
no.
Look at the front lines. Hellbringer getting caught right here. This could be big bound, or excuse me, the Rotten Grass catching Pyromancer in the background. Scout running it with his invis as well.
Where's the Deadwood?
Putting in the auto attacks.
So
nothing.
Well, you know what the thing is, though? They forced the Shrunken Head on Scout, and they didn't need to use anything.
Yeah, true.
Now, okay, it doesn't even matter. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. It all comes, and Scout has no buyback. Okay, so at this point, they're standing in a very favorable position. I thought for a bit there, Deadwood could have jumped in and just punched the Scout. Didn't need to do it. They are
this is it.
On their back foot.
Ron Grass missing right there. Rowley coming in with a compel. Hellbringer again in the front lines. Here we go. A big Tempest ultimate getting Malphus off. Yes, he gets the Malphus off just before, but he dies shortly after this. But Malphus are here. Tempest ultimate finally going to be stopped. Deadwood in the midst of it all as well. But Scout is still alive, actually doing plenty of damage, it looks like. He is going to get caught by the wrong grasp right there. Deadwood falls, so the tower is dead, but Stay Green just absolutely tears apart the Legion team there. Torture me. No, he's going to fall. Stay alive, excuse me. Genocide for Stay Green, and all they lost was Pyromancer.
Well, I don't know why Hellbringer just put himself up in front there. I mean, the thing is, if they were going to do that, they needed to make sure, like, hey, I'm going up in front. I need this Bubbles to jump in and silence the enemy team before they combo me down.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm not sure exactly why that didn't happen, but that was huge. I mean, if he was able to survive, he didn't get anything off besides his Malphite. That was it.
Yep.
None of the sustained damage, none of the magic resistance down. That was much. It was just absurd. From this point, honestly, they're too farmed. They've got a second Shrunken Head. The Abyssal Skull is up on Scout. That's going to be a free Kongor, giving him an extra token of insurance.
No, says Emperor. Not going to be coming back from this one. But so again, the chance is still there in my mind. I mean, you do got all these ultimates synergized together, but yeah, Scout is now very dangerous. Level 18 here, the Token of Life that you just mentioned, the Abyssal Skull that he picked up prior to that. But then also you have a Hellflower being worked on by Parasite, going to be finished up here shortly. You have Rally just getting really bulky now, and Torture on top of it all with that Shrunken Head that you're also mentioning. So across the board, it seems like things are definitely settling in here for Stay Green very nicely. And that timing window that yeah definitely had is closing very, very quickly. Again, as far as their carry potential goes against a Scout specifically, they do not have it, especially with Master of Arms being in that pure support role here. But who knows? Who knows what can happen in the end? Obviously, this is game 2 here. Stay Green is up 1-0, so they win this. This is it here in this best of 3. Yeah, it's definitely trying to force that third and final game, but it's going to take some big effort here. Of course, both these teams playing to get to the grand finals, and as far as who they'll be facing, the winner of the Q Squad Complexity Series, which, again, still I do not, we know that, Q Squad X Trademark Series. X Trademark won the first game. They were in the second game when we started this one, so I'm not exactly sure where that one is at currently, but they will be playing the winner of that, and that will be after. It's set for 3:30 Eastern, which is 21:30 Central European Time here on Honcast.com, of course, with our coverage. So for those that want to definitely stick around and get some more Heroes New with action going on, definitely should be a fun finish to this invitational event. These two teams, though, as far as the prize pool difference, if you do finish 3rd and 4th place, you do still get $500. So still some nice money. It's kind of just breaking it down right there. It looks like YeYe is now going to group up at the bottom lane, and they are going to try to make a little bit of a push down here instead. But
I mean, let them try at this point. The gap, they don't have the damage anymore. They're pretty much just jumping into the maws of Stay Green. Way too much counter push, way too much AoE. It would just take serious misplays, like total lack of buybacks, and just running into like a 5-man Elemental Void at this point.
Anything can happen.
It can. It was just,
never know.
The draft was really exciting, though. I give Tank
Yeah.
a lot of credit. It goes back to the teamwork. It goes back to the lack of execution, the lack of confidence in how they approach the lineup. Letting Stay Green just run around and let the Scout get built up, let them expand the lead, and actually use the Scout to set up ganks all around the map while they're just, I don't know, sitting around farming for some magical item that's not going to help them win the game. It was a huge oversight.
Well, I will say, we definitely got a decent idea of Hellbringer and his potential.
Oh, yeah, I can say that for sure, and I'm excited to potentially see him more.
Yeah, he's a fun hero to watch.
I think even in the previous version, if he was allowed to thrive in like those 1v1 matchups where you could totally get an advantage, it would have been great.
Big fight coming up right here. Chain reactions are going to miss. Actually, Sound's coming up here. There's the Tempest ultimate that you were talking about, Emperor! Holy crap, the Malphite are not eating this again. There's the Malphite, and I think YeYe's just got what they were looking for. In comes Scout with the Resurrection. He's trying to run away now.
They need this
he
kill.
is going to be fine, it looks like. But here we go. YeYe is now going to chase. We do see Parasite going to get caught out as well. He will end up falling. Well. Anything can happen, and it just did apparently. So now they're going to mass push this top lane. Buyback situation. Torturer and Pyromancer do have buybacks.
I'm a little bit surprised that Tempest didn't go run down with his portal key, the Scout there. I mean, Scout, his Shrunken Head was down. I thought they could have followed up and gotten the kill there.
Yeah.
Either way, that was a huge turnaround. apparently I applied the caster's curse hard there, just wanting to prove me wrong, and State Green was like, you know, we are strong enough, we got this game. They probably felt as confident as I did in their approach, and you know, here we go, the racks are down. What are we looking at in terms of buybacks?
Well,
Chessie has none.
Chessie does not.
Okay,
So
the glyph is up, though. The Malphus is, I can't see their timer. I wish I could.
If you look at Hellbringer, it says 1 second. Okay, now it's 2 spawns.
Okay. Oh, on the actual ulti. Okay.
Rally coming in right here. It says the Song of the Sea going to be used though by Bubble, silencing everyone, so going to be fine for now. The melee rack's taking a good amount of damage. It is below half-life currently, but no ultimates are up for the Legion team, other than Master's Call. I guess Falcon Punch is coming up here, but none of the big AoE ones. They are going to fall back in the end, so not going to get the melee rack. So you do kind of wonder, did that accomplish a lot in the end? As pretty as it was,
well, it gave them a sizable swing in terms of the limits, because they were down like 20k experience at that point. I think it was 10k gold. So it did help them out a little bit there. Hellbringer is nowhere near something like a Restoration Stone, unfortunately, so they're not going to be able to make anything happen on that end. Bubbles looks like he's building up for a Hellflower. I doubt he'd be going for a Resto Stone of himself, and he wouldn't even have enough mana to use it if he did. So yeah, he's going for the Hellflower. Which, when you're looking at these Shrunken Heads, it does potentially give him a chance. I'm regretting like writing him off entirely. State Green did have to clump up pretty hard in order for that to happen, but
yeah.
You saw how quickly they got crushed when they did.
Yeah. It's no secret. This Legion team has AoE presence, even still.
And they had a token.
Yeah, they got the token used, so that was big, actually. Right. Top tower, though, going to fall for State Green. They're still very confident, especially with this guy. He actually has a Slayer picked up. Remember, that also got nerfed. Actually lost 6 damage on it on the build-up towards the Savage Maze, so it's not as strong now, but still a lot of damage applied, and it's going to be enough to help push the secondary tower as well. Not going to keep that one alive either. So in the end, State Green does get a couple of tower kills pretty shortly after. And now going to start resetting things once again. So no point to pushing into the base, at least just yet themselves. They're going to keep things a little calm right here. Bubble's actually catching Pyromancer. Can they get a stun on him? Yes, they can. Pyromancer is going to end up falling right here. So Z-Freak staying in a little too long there without his teammates.
Yeah.
Ends up costing him
that was
his life.
actually a really big pickoff, and meanwhile, Deadwood was farming bottom lane. He's getting closer and closer to that level 16, and combined with the level 3 Lex Talionis and the Soul's Bulwark and the level 3 ultimate, that Scout still has to be playing it really careful, because that Deadwood punch on top of the Hellbringer drop, on top of some Bubbles AoE, it does not matter how many items he has right here. He's going for a Savage Mace. Uh-oh, Parasite finds him, however.
Oh, the Master Call comes out, though, so he's going to be fine for now. In fact,
he doesn't have the mana to turn it around.
No, I was going to say, maybe turn around, but yeah, definitely not. So not going to happen, but hey, it stays alive, so that's the big news there. He's going to be able to run away in time.
He actually used his Lex Talionis there. I'm not sure if he didn't know how much money he had, like, right at the start. Didn't really do him any good to reduce his own armor and magic armor.
That was kind of silly, actually.
He might have just been hoping he could have turned it around,
yeah. Yeah, definitely didn't have the mana cost. I thought I saw like a shield breaker debuff. That
yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, but no, that was.
Hellbringer's getting close to level 16 right now, man.
True.
And
he has an Arcana on the works. Obviously, it's still a long ways to the Restoration Stone, unfortunately, but level 3 Malphite.
No buyback again for Scout. He went all in for that Savage Mace, which means he has to be really confident in his positioning, because I mentioned it before. He can be dropped down. That's actually exactly what Team YeYe needs to do.
Yeah.
Portal key torture. That makes their initiation so much easier now.
Big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gold being pulled up across the board. 2,500 on Rally, you got 1,600 on Parasite. Obviously, buybacks are very important. Right now, the only buyback that has been used this whole game is Swinomelms playing that Rally, so wants to make sure to have another one, though. But yeah, you mentioned the Savage Mace purchase on Scott. He is dishing out a lot of damage now very quickly, especially out of that Vanish, so. You see also that he is using the ultimate avatar skin, of course, so he's definitely changed quite a bit this game as far as his look goes. He's pretty badass now. All right, top lane. This is, again, another big push coming out here from the Legion team. Deadwood, level 16. He is up here looking for an opportunity, maybe pick on somebody like this Pyromancer.
Look at the Electric Eye placement by Keizu. He's placing it kind of far back, knowing that if the Tempest jumps in, they have...
Way to stop
that makes it really, really difficult.
Yep. Physical silence, so Shrunken Head doesn't matter. Right there. If Tempest is near enough to that to the Electric Eye, so there's also a ward set up here by Z-Freak spotting Deadwood running into that jungle, so very good placement there, giving him the information that he was looking for into the base once again. Barretto has about 20 seconds remaining or so on it. Hellbringer is still level 15, unfortunately.
Maybe take one of those elemental minions and try to... Oh.
Wow, Rally jumping in big time. They're going aggressive. Balls to the wall. Dead with the target of choice. He's being locked down. Can he survive? No, he cannot. Malphite will fall from the sky, but no follow-up from the Legion team. So not the best use of the Hellbringer ultimate, and they're just completely on the run. They're hanging about. I don't know if you're turning this around. Okay, Deadwood did buy back, so he is coming back into this, but Malphite are on cooldown, unfortunately. So that's definitely a big deal.
Yeah, the portal key shrunken head coming into quick use there from the Torture, followed up by the level 3 snipe from Scout. Tons of jump potential. No one really seemed like they were trying to do anything about it, trying to interrupt the rally seismic slam or anything instantly. After having Bubbles has his portal key and his Hellflower, could maybe blink back and try to position himself, but nothing really done about it. They sort of sat there and watched their teammate fall. Meanwhile, Deadwood is back up. He chose to use his buybacks. They want to apply pressure right away. Seismic Slam is up in 10 seconds, though, so it's not much of a waste. Hellbringer's up in 16. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Now Scout pretty much has buyback. If this fight even goes... I think he needs a little bit more gold to have it. Pretty much he's got it now. He's got it now. So... yeah, they're actually in a worse spot now than they were.
Yeah.
And Pyromancer is caught out, though, by this Deadwood.
Not really. In fact, Deadwood's the one that's caught out. And he gets turned. Tempest ultimate, but a quick silence from Parasite coming out. Not going to be much use, and it seems like it's going to start falling apart now for YeYe. Stay Green on their way to securing a Game 2 victory, most likely with that hold right there. Hellbringer just going to go for the port out. He is going to be successful, but... yeah, Stay Green holds it off yet again. Hellbringer, or excuse me, the melee Rax is just still alive. It definitely took some more damage, but it is going to start slowly regenning once again. So, not to get too ahead of myself, but Stay Green, especially with the hold right there, I think that's kind of the one that really will set a tone. I mean, Hellbringer is getting close to level 16, so maybe 3 Malphite could be the big difference here. I guess, especially with what happened earlier, never want to count them fully out of it by any means. But we do see another Kongor kill coming out right here. And this time, Scout is going to get it again, well, I should say. SG's idea is that it's going to be a lot more effective if you use. There we go, he picks it up. He also has another 3100 gold. So he does Storm Spirit on Torture, Demonic Breastplate on Rally. This is also where just those really big luxury items start coming into play. In Stay Green's case.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything at this point because the last time I wrote off the game for for Team YeYe, they just absolutely turned it around. But I mean, come on at this point, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's solid effort, and the drafting was fun. And
the drafting was great. I honestly thought the
powerful.
laning and the drafting was beyond phenomenal. I was really impressed with Tankafet's play in the early game. Managed to continually get kills on the top lane, apply a lot of pressure to Slicks on Torture, and give Bubbles room to do his thing. So, because normally, I mean, Bubbles really suffer in that matchup.
Ooh, Scout gonna find Master of Arms right here. Uh-oh, Master. Pandy, you are dead in.
That was.
Very quick. Double damage in here as well. Oh man, if no one really spots that. I don't think anyone actually sees it. Okay, so no one's going to get it. Portal Key's being used all over the place. Bubbles jumps with the Kelphin. Hellflower supply. Parasite dodging, though. Gets caught by the rockets. Malphite fall for this guy. There are 3 Malphite. Parasite's going to be starting to be bursted down. Now about Torturous here. He will eventually fall. Tempest ultimate still not off cooldown, though. And now he's returning around for the Hellboy team. Scout joining the party. Hellbringer on the run. He will eventually die, though. Deadwood just trying to run away as well. Tempest comes from behind. He's like, I got this. So Portal Key's away. He gets caught by the marksman shot, though.
He's going to get in range
he
here
is
for
going to be
this.
chased now. Shrunken head goes off. Nice
head.
Shrunken head, actually. And well ultimately save in, slung on the sea, rotten grass. But look at Scout's damage. So much damage. Take cover going to be used. And Keizo will just kind of walk away in the meantime. So more power shown by Stay Green right there. Again, it's just not coming together all that nicely anymore for Team YeYe. As understandably, because of the circumstances.
This is too little too late.
Yep.
They're doing nice plays, but at this point they're too farmed, they're too tanky, they have too many items, too many tools in order to deal with the Legion side. I was really happy we got to see the big Wombo combo finally come out.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't even need the Wombo combo to win those team fights, just going back to the point. They didn't. But it was cool to see how fast it all came together. And I thought for a moment there when they were pushing the top base before, look at that ward by Z-Freak. I want to go back to it outside the base. It's about to die right now. But that ward he placed, that did so much work. I mean, that set up that entire gank.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just very perceptive play. It goes back to the experience that they have together as a team. And honestly, Z-Freak has continuously impressed me since he switched to the support role for Sturgeon. Even before that in the jungle, I mean, there was a while when he first came out of the scene, he was getting a lot of, like...
It was Swindlemelon's brother.
It was Swindlemelon's little brother. It's like, oh, look, they replaced, you know...
I forget who it was.
Was it Franzi at the time for Z?
I don't think it was, but...
Wasn't it?
Was it?
Sender? Was it Sender that got replaced?
I think it was Sender.
By the way, it was bad. It was, yeah, no, I think it was Sender. But anyway, it doesn't really matter at this point. But the point is, when he first came out of the scene, he got a lot of hate and some of the DreamHack forums. Since then, he's continuously grown. He has just become such an incredibly tight player, and he is one of the best players on the scene today, in my opinion.
He definitely is, especially in that support role. Parasite's going to get caught out right here, and Jesse will end up falling, so nice little kill coming out for the Legion team. Falcon Punch was used on top of the kill field. Shorter cooldowns, though. They're going to try to make use of that now and either push the middle or the top lane. Parasite cannot buy back. He's down for a minute, actually. And the Legion team still has all their base. It's not like their base has started to be destroyed already. So maybe, I guess, again, a case of definitely can't call it too early. They're going to start pressuring the melee racks yet again. No TPs happening just yet. They do have invulnerability, I would think, but the melee racks are going to fall. There we go. Melee racks go down. Ranged racks are going to start taking some damage as well, but they're not going to go for the kill. Oh, Bobbles, what were you thinking, Fabella? He tried to TP right in front of them, and it costs him his life right there. That was just silly, honestly. Hellbringer and the rest of them trying to run away. Hellbringer is going to be able to barely get away. What is Andy doing? What the? Why? Okay. And he didn't feel like living, apparently. The Scout is actually going to push the bottom lane in the meantime. And the melee rack's actually going down as well. So while that was all happening, Scout is doing his own thing in the meantime at the bottom lane. And getting even bigger and better. Level 24 now. Gets a melee rack for a melee rack. So a little bit of Santa life.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not really.
They obviously got punished for it. And it's just a matter at this point. They know they have a huge combo. They want to throw in the towel just yet. But, I mean, Scout can buy back approximately 100 times right now. Not that he... Not that he's able to with only having a limit of 2, of course, but just ridiculously overfarmed.
Yeah.
Has the token of life, does not care about a thing.
So 46 minutes into this game right now. Again, Stay Green looking very good. They are up 1-0 already. A win here would put them in the grand finals. Do you know about what to do with the other series is, by the way?
I'm actually trying to, as you talk about, I'm actually looking right now, try to get the read on it. I saw a message that's something about Flux. Having the time of his life.
Oh, does that mean it's in the Game 3, perhaps?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So it is in Game 3, okay.
Yeah, and it's actually Dark Lady and Flux doing work against Trademark Esports running that Tundra pickup. So a lot of teams running that Tundra. Wow. They're running a straight-up gank lineup. Nymphora, Pebbles, Tundra.
Q-Squad.
I mean, talk about a gank lineup. That's on Trademark Esports, Bubbles, and Tempest, but all of that is being thwarted by Q-Squad running Flux, Hag, Dark Lady, Engineer, and Glacius. Meanwhile.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, meanwhile, Deadwood's going to get picked off, so...
3-man ultimate.
Tempest! Oh, it gets stunned, though, just before Malphus comes out. Tempest still has an ultimate, and Parasite will fall in the midst of it all. This is just a huge cluster of crap going on right there, and in the end, Stay Green does win that team fight big time.
He has a Dawnbringer. He has a Dawnbringer flying out to him.
Who, Scout?
Yeah.
Oh, totally crap.
You're not going anywhere.
No, at this point, it's just...
Are they? Okay,
they're just toying with him. They're honestly just toying with him. Look at this. Oh, they actually are. They actually are just.
Oh my gosh, this is the highlight right here. This is what.
Is
okay, mark this point. We're gonna instant replay this and analyze it. Don't do that.
Oh, what an advanced tactic coming out from Stay Green, just trying to. Oh my God! Oh my! Oh, the token going down from the Scout. He's gonna be back up. Can they?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. As epic as that was.
Okay, wait a minute. Kill my move.
Scout's like, I don't care. Rowley? Oh, Rowley actually goes down right there.
Scout actually does care because here he is running.
Yeah, you're right.
Buybacks are not up for Parasite or Torture. He's getting stunned out. He's caught in the Rotten Grasp.
No, Rotten Grasp. He is missing. They have no vision. They have no vision.
Seriously?
Oh, really, guys?
Of all things.
The whole time,
what?
no vision. Oh, come on. They also had Hellflower on Bubbles, and that must have been a cooldown.
Of all the things at that point to stop you from getting that Scout kill, who, when he's sitting at 550 gold per minute, is going to be absolutely tremendous. That's kind of disappointing.
I think it's safe to say we're in the teams are just really having fun stage. I think Stay Green's very confident that they do have a victory here, no matter what happens. Obviously, the talk going on.
That actually would have been kind of funny, though, if he did drop his boots there as sort of a taunt, knowing that I am getting surrounded and, I can't pick it up. They won't be able to see it.
Yeah,
so,
they wouldn't be able to see it.
Exactly.
For all they know, that it did happen.
Yeah, so
Scout's
Dawnbringer.
level 25. Yeah, he does have the Dawnbringer finish. And he has 3,500 gold saved up already. That is not a cheap item. In fact, I think it is the most expensive item.
They're going mid again. They have everything but Elemental Void up, which
is
a critical piece of the puzzle. You can't take cover of that, so maybe you have to go buy a health potion or something to heal up, or just choose to reset here.
That's good to hear that the other series is in Game 3, though. Q-Squad versus XTDN.
Yeah, and it's a Game 3 that looks like a very exciting Game 3 across the board. A huge gank lineup versus a hard late game being played by Nox, so... Yeah, I want to see this Flux and Tundra in action, though, in this new patch, man. Not that they've received changes, but through the gameplay changes.
Well, obviously we'll wait for this one to finish, but I don't see a problem with us jumping into that other game.
Yeah, no way. We definitely should, honestly.
Oh, Master of Arms. I'm pretty sure that was 4 hits. Full life.
Was it 5? I think it was 5.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay,
yeah,
you're right.
See, I was listening to the rhythm.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you're right.
That was the...
That's how we know. All right. Well, he has 4,500 gold. I mean, he's got to buy something else here shortly. Right, well, there's the buyback, sure. But anywho, Kongor is not up just yet. There's a electric eye in there. What do you see the Hellborn team though? Coming out here, moving as a team. We got Rally, Torture, Parasite, and a Scout. Making their way, so another attempt at finishing this game, perhaps.
Tempest Elemental Void is now up, and they're actually trying to start onto the Scout right here and catch him off guard, and down he will go!
Yeah, big Tempest Ultimate eventually will fall. The sides came out, but just a little bit too late, so Scout goes down. Parasite on the run as well as the rest of the team. Pyromancer hasn't been here this whole time, but Torture and Rally are still doing plenty themselves. The Impalement doing the work. Swinamel is getting caught in the front lines. Pyromancer finally joining the party. He is now here, throws out his stun, throws out his combo, and he drops bubbles like it's hot right there. Scout has bought back, by the way, and he is already back here in the midst of it all. He bought a post ace. He's chasing them down. Hellbringer gets easily picked off right there. And again, more of a case of just having fun with it is what we're really at right now. Master of Arms, he's going to be bursted down. Marksman shot coming out right there. All 5 are currently up for State Green. So vulnerability going to be used. Yeah, just wants to delay the inevitable as much as possible here. As Rally jumps in, Hellbringer going to be caught. The Compel connecting on a hit.
I just don't know where that confidence came from for them to jump to the Scout at this point in the game. Like,
finally.
Of all, I guess the Electric Eye wasn't down. They weren't set up. It's different when you're pushing into the base.
Yeah. Oh, no. That was ultimate. No, never mind. Do you have a Resto Stone or something? He did. Okay, I was going to say. There's the GG's, though, and it is official. Game number 2 going to Stay Green, and as a result of that, of course, Stay Green takes the series 2-0. So, congratulations to Stay Green. You know, it's especially early on there, and you know, it's a little frustrating because the YeYes, they had a good chance. They just didn't take advantage.
You saw what they were able to accomplish when they were 20k gold, 20k experience down. What would they have been able to do when they had like a 6k gold and like an even experience flush? They could have done a lot. It started out, the Tempest got picked off in the mid lane, then the Hellbringer was forced to use his Malphus, and then they just walked around the map farming for the longest time, sort of waiting around before they wanted a team fight. Maybe they wanted the barrier idol. They could have honestly just pushed it so much sooner because it was at the point in the game where not even Torture had his vestments yet. They were all super squishy. Not much to deal with the massive AoE presence and teamfight coming out here from Team YeYe. So I have no idea why they waited. It was still very cool. And there was actually that one moment in the game where we got to really see the potential of their combo if perfectly executed, even when they were way down. And, you know, it just... I don't know, man.
At the top lane, I mean, there was definitely a moment that they had. Yeah. Let's actually take a look at that moment that we're talking about right there. I believe he has it queued up right here. Sure. So, again, this is what we're talking about, where I think he got 4 people in the Tempest Ultimate. So you got Stay Green, no confidently, kind of just sitting around. They're going to try to jump Deadwood right there. The chain reaction is actually missing. Jason, but there you go, Tempest Ultimate. Here's the combination coming into play. Malphus will finally fall down. It took a while for it to Malphus.
What about the Scout Shrunken Head right now? Is that actually...
Okay.
Scout Shrunken Head was not used, so he's going to pop it and use it to run away, and that's why they don't chase him.
Yeah, so he uses it after. Okay,
yeah, well, what's actually the cooldown on it right now? That's if you... It's 5 seconds. Yeah, so they made the right choice, probably not chasing him. They want to risk it, so that's why they went for. I was wondering why they didn't go for the Scout right afterwards. But yeah, I mean, as we can tell there, a ton of power in that combination. But you know, a lot of teams can accomplish that with a 4-man Tempest ulti. Yeah. It's not really about that. Their team fight did not have to be perfectly set up like that in order for them to crush. They honestly didn't need it. So I'm a little bit disappointed that they waited. I wanted this to go to Game 3, and especially with such an epic team draft like that. But, you know, very well played by Stay Green, proving once again why they are the top-ranked team in New Earth. And, well, looking forward to seeing more big things.
So what is it, 34 games now I think the streak is at?
I think it's 34 because 2-0, 2-0, 30 afterwards. That's not counting scrims. And actually, they were losing a fair amount of scrims when the patch first came out.
Well, not counting scrims, of course. Yeah, you don't count scrims.
You don't count. Well, yeah, I know.
But see this grand finals though. Again, speaking of that, let's go ahead. Okay, where are they? Are they still happening? Because if they are, I would love to actually.
I would actually just be thrilled to.
I actually think they might have just finished. Hold on. Okay, it looks like they actually just finished. Let me see.
Let's get the results in here.
Oh, what is it? Oh, Q Squad defeats X Trademark Esports 2-1. How about that? You mentioned they were using Dark Flux.
Q Squad coming back hard in this new patch.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of confidence that Trademark was going to be the team to beat in this tourney, just seeing how they were preparing and how much they loved this new patch. Q Squad, though, man, feeling revitalized, big win there. And that was Game 3 in the series, right?
Yep, that should have been the game 3. Yeah, here's Game 2, and then Game 1 right here.
Can we actually show the stats on screen there of the previous 2 games?
Yeah. If you wanna go to my screen real quickly. To give you guys an idea of what we're talking about as far as the 3 games. So this is Game 1 that I have on my screen right here. So you do see this Game 1. It looks like, okay, so XTDM won Game 1. You got the Accursed on Nova. It didn't work out too well.
The carry Dampure by Haxor, and he's been loving that lately.
Yeah.
Tundra picked up again. So yeah, wow, really, really cool team though. We see that Flint Beastwood, the Accursed, the Soul Reaper, the Accursed Soul Reaper combination. Pretty interesting. What about that Game 2 though?
Game 2, we're looking at, this is when Q Squad won, of course. Ooh, bringing back the Kraken. It looks like this is a long game. Level 25 Dampure. Still wasn't able to pull through for XTDM, apparently. That looks like this is a pretty epic game, 45 minutes. But yeah, love seeing the Kraken, man.
Kraken's that hero. Actually, a lot of the changes, I saw Kraken. I thought Kraken was usable before.
Oh, yeah.
And just a little bit underrated. And after those changes, I was like, holy hell, he got his laning presence back. He is an absolute beast. So.
You look at Glacius taking advantage of the Lextelionis Nova.
Yeah.
The new item right there. So Nox on the Forsaken Archer. How about that, too? Demonic breast.
Yeah. FA Kraken in general, man. The pool, the arrows coming out. Pretty cool, yeah.
So that was a victory for Q Squad there, of course. And then the third game, as we were just talking about, there you go. Dark Lady Nox, 5-0-1, farming 617 gold per minute. It was only a 17-minute game. Very quick game that Q Squad makes a statement in. You see the very roam-heavy gank potential lineup of XTDM. My guess is the start didn't go nearly as planned for them. So
no, clearly not. So hey, no jungler being picked up by Legion side in that game either. They just went straight for the laning presence and made it work.
Well. Again, that will set up our grand final matchup. Now the thing is, unfortunately, the grand finals aren't set to start for another hour here. It looks like about an hour. So. For now, we're just going to have to hang out and, play some videos and whatnot, play some music. You definitely go, take your lunch break, your dinner break, whatever you need. But in an hour from now, scheduled to be at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern, that is 21:30 Central European Time, the $5,000 Runic Shift Patch 3.1 Invitational is going to continue on Oncast with the grand finals. It will be Stay Green taking on Q Squad in a best set of 3. Expect some fun. Q Squad specifically. They are showing that they are not afraid to try new strategies.
Actually, I think this is a more interesting finals than it would have been to see Trademark Stay Green. We've seen that a lot lately for Q Squad to be coming back strong in this tournament. Showcasing. I'm sure they have ideas. Nova's a really creative guy, and he's always been known for being a little bit more liberal in his picks compared to a lot of the other captains. So I'm expecting a cool final series.
Yeah. So with that said, we are going to definitely take our break right here. Again, we'll give you guys updates. Something may come back, but at the very least, an hour from now, we will have the grand finals coming at you. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, shout out to you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned, though. About an hour from now, the grand finals, Q Squad versus Stay Green. It will be a best set of 3. From myself, Breaking CPK, this is Emperor. We'll be back. Stay tuned. See you then.
Talk your shit.